Hello, and welcome to today's final video of this training your feet, transitioning to barefoot shoes journey. So the plan for today is less explanation about the movements. That's what we did in the first few sessions. Today is more about integration. So it's a movement session with emphasis in our feet. I wanted to leave it there for you, or to create it for you. So after getting better at the movements of the first 4 videos, then you can just focus on this one and continue your training like that. I'm gonna do just one round of each of the movements, and I'm gonna try to keep it probably around 30 seconds per side, so this video doesn't get too long. But as you go, as you do this session, as you progress, then I would recommend to spend about a minute on each of the movement on each side, and maybe start adding 1, 2, 3 rounds depending on the time, and of course spending more time in the drills that are a little bit more challenging for you. Okay, so no more talking. Let's get started by warming up the feet. So we're gonna interlace the fingers through the toes like we did before. Okay, we're gonna hold. I'm gonna set up the timer. As I said, I don't want to make it too long, but we're gonna hold for 30 seconds on about each foot. First just holding, and then we're gonna add, remember, the flexion and extension. It's always nice to warm up or prepare. They're in circles, right? Warm up, prepare the feet before we go on a walk, before we train, before we play sports. So that's about 30 seconds. And then I switch. I'm gonna do the other foot. Interlace, okay? Hold for a moment, and then we add the movement. Okay, I'm doing about, as I said, 30 seconds on each side, about, but of course, you can do it then a little bit longer. After a few times, you're gonna learn the movements. Okay, and then let's do circles, one direction, and then you can just do them on your own, spend more time. So I did both directions. Now from here, I'm gonna transition to a half kneeling position. I'm gonna start with the left foot. Remember, here we have practice coming forward for the ankle, keeping the tripod, the 3 points of support, the knee tracking second, third toe, so the hip is in, the knee, you can think, slightly out, in, and now we're checking also on, remember, the pronation, see if we can get to enough dorsiflexion there that we feel that the foot open up, and then come back. Same on the other side. Tripod, knee out, hip in. Be mindful to that. Don't lose the tripod. Think of knee, second, third toe. Don't force, just train the body progressively. Start small, gentle. Okay, 1 or 2 more. See if the foot open up, and then take a moment. I'm gonna stay on this foot, so we're gonna go straight into the short foot. So three points of support, and then I'm gonna try to create a short foot. Remember, bringing a big toe, ball of the foot of the big toe and the heel closer, engaging. Hold for a few seconds, and then rest. Engage. Keep the tripod. Remember, very easy to lose the tripod. Engage. Hold. Let's do one more. Excellent. Notice how your foot are progressing, or your feet are progressing. Half kneeling on the other side. Let's do short foot on this side. Sometimes, we may feel like one side is easier, stronger. We wanna always, there's always gonna be, from one side to the other side differences, not just in the feet, but our training should take into consideration those differences, and it should help us close those gaps. All right, we're gonna finish with this. Now we're gonna go hands and knees right here. Look forward, find a breath, nice and relaxed through nose. And then as we rock here, we're gonna try, be super gentle here, but we're gonna bring the toes or tuck the toes under, and we're gonna do some rocking from there. Be gentle, see how that feels. This may be hard, so of course if it's painful, don't go there yet, but I start checking in. Can I rock here? Okay, a couple more. If this is going well, then you can also try come into here to the kneeling, if it's accessible. Sometimes I tell people to just add something in between. Okay, so you don't need to go so low. And then here I'm gonna lift the hips. I'm gonna try to tuck the toes under. I'm gonna see if I can hold a little bit of weight. Of course, don't do it if it's painful. Stay nice and relaxed, breathing. Remember, the feet have spent too much time, years, without really moving or doing their job. So now we need to be patient, okay? But just spending time barefoot, transition into minimal shoes, and start adding some of those movements, being patient, and with consistency, you're gonna start feeling and seeing the difference. Now, after this one, I wanna show you the bear walk. Now we're gonna do it barefoot, and we're gonna set up this quadruped position. I'm gonna tuck the toes under, and I'm gonna here. One motion that I like here too is also finding the ball of the feet, all of them. Sometimes we start to lose like this, right? So get the whole ball of the feet in contact with the floor, push from the hands, and you can start lowering the knees a little bit there, okay? So lower. This is really good for the knees too, for the ankles, and back. The goal here is to extend the toes. Can you keep the ball of the feet on the ground? Lower. And then we can go from there, bend the knees, and we can do a few steps. Now I'm pushing from that ball of the feet, heel slightly out, and I'm gonna do a few steps on the bear. Okay, pushing forward, trying to find alignment here. Foot, ankle, knee, and hip. Looking at your feet, and you can add some steps there, okay? So that will be the part on the floor. Then we're gonna use this transition from the bear position. I'm gonna shift back, and I'm gonna keep pushing until I get into my standing position. Now from a standing position, let's practice lifting the toes, splay them, and then bring them down. We can do this for a couple reps. Lift. Notice now in the standing, can you find the tripod of both feet? Splay the toes, bring them down. Let's do one more. Lift, splay, and bring them down. Now the next one, from a standing, we're gonna shift the body weight toward one side. In this case, I'm gonna start with the left. And from here, tripod, I'm gonna just balance. Make sure that you don't lock out this knee. Keep it soft and think of your tripod. Can you keep the tripod grounded? You may feel like one of the 3 points you cannot lose. Push onto the floor to hold. We're gonna hold it for 30 seconds. And notice, of course, as I say, keep building time. Stay nice and relaxed. Breathing here. And then let's try the other side. So shift, find the tripod on this side. And now unlock the knee. You don't need to bend it, just make sure that it's not in the local position. And notice, this is very important to start building that stability from the ground up. Feeling, okay, being barefoot and feeling the ground, that helps to start restoring that balance and stability. Okay, hold. If you feel like you fall, then just come back. Notice how many touches do I need to do in 30 seconds, and then rest. Now for the next one, we're gonna make a little step here. I'm stepping with the left leg. So here I want the tripod. Here on the back leg, think that you're just walking. On the back leg, just the ball of the feet. Heel slightly out. So we're gonna use this position to train 2 things. First, the stability of this foot. Can I go down and up without losing the tripod? In the back leg, I'm getting to, kind of like we did in the bear position, more extension there. Think of this knee going slightly out. However, you need to go all the way down. Just notice, can I keep the tripod here as I go down? Do you feel that stretch there? Up, knee out, looking forward. Feel those feet, push, and then we're gonna switch side. So tripod now on the right leg, ball of the feet only on the back, and then go. Notice the tracking there. Can you keep the tripod as I move? This is very important. That was so good to be barefoot. You can feel, you can understand what is happening. You bring more awareness, and you start improving this. With time, you should feel different. When you walk, when you run, when you play sports. Let's do one last one. Second, third toe, and time. And the final one, I want you just march. Feel the ground. Okay, we land ball of the feet first, then the heel. We go back to ball of the feet, we push down, and then we bring the knees forward without leaning back. Just see how that feels. Restoring this capacity to land softly, to use the floor with our feet, super important. Nice and easy. Okay, you can just march. You can add the arms if you want for more coordination. And then from here, we're gonna go just ball of the feet, heels slightly out. See if you can hold this position. Balance here, stability. And then you can start doing a little of heels up and down. Heels up and down. Okay, you can stay there. Okay, this will start building nice elasticity and stability there and being able to move with some solid foundations. And then if you want, you can catch tiny bit of earth and land softly. Ball of the feet, heel drop, ball of the feet, and then we push from there. Okay, we can do 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Let's come back to the floor. We do a little bit of rocking. I always use this rocking for getting back to a calmer state, restoring the breath, and then from here we can cross our legs and we can do 2, 3 diaphragmatic breath in and out through nose. And that will be our video for today. So as you see, this is a short sequence. Then after going through all the different videos, you can just focus on this unless you feel like you need to go back and keep working on those. So I say, doing one round like I did, follow along with me. As you progress, you can start adding another round or practice the ones that you feel like you need more help. Thank you very much for your attention. I hope you have enjoyed this series of videos, and I look forward to hear from you and also to maybe see you sometime in the near future. Thank you, and let's see you soon.